All right, Frankie and Nina's Yard.
Yeah, so this is the... What's this?
Happy 4th of July.
This is the our first ever 4th of July special. There hasn't been one since.
Sure.
A 4th of July hasn't passed.
Was this past year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love the
shit.
American intro.
Oh man, I actually worked really hard on this to find like the exact inspirational yet cheesy clips.
Yeah.
And then a little fireworks and then
Wow,
flag.
that's pretty... I've seen this before. I have seen it.
You're a liar. You've never watched this before in your life. This was another 2-camera setup, but obviously it was outside in a tent, so shooting it was a little different than normal.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it looks pretty good considering.
Yeah, again, another high contrast situation with white shirts, white outfit and sun. But it was really
Couple
fun.
people in bag trash outfit.
This was our 50th episode, too.
50th episode. And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, the whole thing was that everybody was harassing us to do a mix-in episode for a very long time.
Yeah.
They're like, what about with ketchup? What about with hot dogs? What about with ham? What about with tuna? And we're like, you know what? We'll do a mix-in episode. We'll invite people to bring their favorite mix-in. Yeah. It'll be like a cookout kind of episode.
We forgot to mix in mac and cheese into the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Entirely forgot.
I mean, but...
We'll mix 3 cheese into, like, the Cracker Barrel.
Ooh.
Well, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Unfortunately, though, mac and cheese is one of the worst foods to do this with. Because macaroni and cheese is no matter what, best within 5 minutes out of the pot.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all of these had been out of their pots for quite some time. Especially mine. Mine was really good. Not to pimp my own mac
Look,
after the fact.
you might like your mac, but you didn't win.
I know I didn't. And I didn't win because I was naive about
weren't
thinking how
ethnic
well
enough.
it would hold.
It was Zachary with his Orchietti tacaroni pasta, which he then made again for a different cookout. And
Aaron called it hamburger helper.
right. Well, I told him my daughter's name, and he goes, "Oh, from the 40s then."
Aaron's opinion on certain things, you could just,
His first reaction to everything is dumb, gay.
just like mine. My first reaction to anything is like, no, I don't think so.
We better not.
We better
We
not.
should trend no.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing, John. While I agree with you, I think that part of the challenge was to bring something that would keep. And
Yeah.
you did make an effort. Look at you.
I
with that.
tried, and it failed so bad.
Was it the dogs themselves? Was it the pasta? Here's
That container actually kept it too hot, and then it cooked, and it ended up softening everything and made it lousy.
Now, you know what I think was a major contributor?
What?
I think that as much as we love Cracker Barrel, I don't think Cracker Barrel keeps very well.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't.
I think Cracker Barrel only can travel you got to eat Cracker Barrel right when it's out.
In fact, Velveeta is actually the best for holding. A Velveeta-based mac.
Well, that's my mac was the Velveeta-based cheese.
Yeah.
Yes. But I figured this was more not to make a good mac or bring a good mac. It was an excuse to have
celebration.
a celebration. I would.
Oh,
think.
sure. And it was certainly a fun time, and
I
we
think
had some fun.
I think I would do it again. I think this would be a good 4th of July tradition.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe. Do we have to film it every time?
Well, I don't know. Is it too hard to film it? I mean, this is coming from you, EJ. Content in everything.
Well, I'm not. I know exactly. It's hard to do anything without thinking, hey, I should make this content and live a miserable existence. But no, I just think sometimes it's nice to hang out and we don't.
Yes.
And not make content.
And not make. And
EJ,
also,
have we ever been in a social situation in which we're not making a piece of
me and you, John? No, probably not.
Never.
As we speak, we're making content.
Yes.
Well,
I invited you to the Christmas party, but you were busy.
But guess what? The Christmas party has content in it.
it does. The Christmas party is officially content. Well, to that I say,
Well, like there'll be the spring cookout in which there will be no content.
yes. Unless there's a burn.
Unless there's another tuna cake.
Or a tuna cake. Yeah, content shows up all over the place.
You'll be recording another podcast in the weeks.
I'm capable, not very, but capable of doing something social without producing content. But it would have to not be about macaroni and cheese. How can we all get together and do something with mac and not produce content out of it?
Yeah. And also, I don't know. I think if we were to do it again, I think it would just be samey. You know.
I don't think it would be that different.
It's like the Halloween episode. You want to push the envelope.
I agree,
do something different.
but there. I think we need to do more mix-ins at some point.
That's true.
We've seemed to have established this as the format for mix-ins.
I think part of the trouble is though that even if we had this exact event again, we'd get a subset of this crowd. We'd get less people than showed up for this.
Or we'd get a different set. You know, you'd get the Barclays this time around. You'd get
Maybe some fans.
You'd get
would
Iron
come.
Manatee. You'd get King Cool.
Do you think we can get those people to
yeah.
actually come to a place?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
get an angry Kirby.
Yeah, I mean,
or
mostly
two.
the Brinkmeyers. Yeah, Angry Kirby, exactly. Oh, he would definitely come. You get all of our freaks together. By the way, on this very Blu-ray, I hope it actually came to fruition, but I asked him to do a solo commentary on the Electric Mac Cooker episode.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I want to see that actually.
So that's content that's in production that you can listen to right now because
Whoa.
you're on the Blu-ray.
You're on the Blu-ray that it doesn't exist as we speak here. You know, in here in 2016, but
I want to comment that I'm using a 22 millimeter lens. It's a vintage lens. We used it on the Raynham Flea.
I really liked how that looked.
episode, and I just really like the look of it, especially for like outdoors and.
I like it too.
It just works out really well.
It always flips my shit whenever we use the GH4 as the wide.
Yeah.
Because it's weird to punch in on the wide. Because with the GH4, it's 4K, so you can punch in without losing resolution when you master in 1080.
Is this the GH4 right here?
No, this is the
Raynham Flea one.
Nikon, and this one's the GH4. So yeah, we flipped it. I forgot the reason. It was just a weird setup because we were outside.
I'm not used to cameras having such a good dynamic range. I mean, to actually pull blue out of the sky and have everything else not look totally blown under.
Cameras are better, man.
Yeah, I mean,
even compared to the 7D, this is way better than the 7D.
so let me just say this: is that if you think you can't produce content that looks good, you can, because there's cameras everywhere and they're all pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, that camera's not, I mean, it's expensive, but it's not, you know,
It's not prohibitively.
it's like
so.
what, a couple thousand? Like 2,000?
Yeah, like the one I'm holding is like a thousand.
Little blue.
That's an old Red Cow joke that I don't think's ever been exposed.
What was it?
It's a little blue.
And what was that from?
It's one of John's old monitors was always shifted blue.
Oh.
And he would deny it until one day he had another monitor right next to it and they're like, it's clearly blue. He's like, yeah, it's a little blue.
Here's some inside info on like editing, right? Yeah. We just passed a clip of Jiminy Glick saying, "I'm the fuel." Because when I said, like, you look like a fuel, I was referencing Jiminy Glick. So I had to insert the clip in order for everybody to get my reference. That was in the movie Jiminy Glick and La La Wood.
Yeah.
It's not a well-known film. That was just somewhere in the annals of my brain.
Sure.
And I couldn't even remember where in the movie it was. So I had to watch that entire movie on fast forward. And I'm still pretty sure that wasn't the clip I was looking for. But I had to settle for it.
I know that I experience that a lot in my reviews where I come up with a reference and just tracking down that reference becomes a huge issue.
It is, yeah.
Well, you know, one thing was kind of interesting. You know, as I've watched a few episodes of Botched Mac
BoxMac.
that I've watched, you miss references, and I assume some of them you do intentionally because they're just not that good a reference.
Right.
But I wonder actually how many you've missed that I actually intended you to like really get.
Oh, I'm sure a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking maybe if I get off my butt, I can do a compilation of missed references from BoxMac.
I will not hold my breath.
Please don't.
The Max Brinkmeyer back there, he quick funny story about him. So he's Emily's brother, but he's like 4 years younger than us or so. Mm-hmm. And when we were in high school, he really looked up to me because I was a filmmaking type, and he wanted to make films as well. And he's actually in the courtroom scene. He's like one of the little kids in the background. So I mean, it goes that far back. He was a little kid at the time.
Yeah.
And now he's in the army, and you know, he got married actually a week after this.
Oh, really?
To somebody he met a week after this.
No.
Yes. What? He went back to Texas to visit with Emily and their family, and something happened, I guess. And she's like the girl he met's got a kid and all this stuff. So so he doesn't know it, but he's a week away from love and infinity.
That's amazing. What a moment in time we captured.
He stayed with us that night, which was cool.
I'm just in shock.
And
Really?
Yeah.
You're learning this the first time. I didn't mention it.
that is amazing.
That's bizarre.
He lives a very nomadic life. I remember he struck me as Lebowski-esque
Oh yeah.
in his complete not giving a fuckness.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Well, he was very. I was like, well, you're gonna have to. If I was like, you're gonna have to sleep on this spike, he'd be like, dude, you just put me anywhere. It's absolutely fine. He was really very laid back. But I have emails from him from 2005, 2004 that are like extremely like.
He was on the Red Cow Edge.
He might be the first ever super fan of Red Cow.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember, he once visited, and we went to a movie together. And all these.
I love the text.
Yeah. Okay. And the wah is my favorite. Right?
You know me, I love my text humor.
Wah. Wow.
That one actually works best in a 4. It's usually 3s, but that one was a great 4.
Yeah.
Because you think it's over.
Yeah, because there were 3. Yeah.
But anyway, he came to my, like I was still living in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house, and he came over, and I had all the posters up and stuff, and he went crazy as if he was at like Red Cow headquarters. So it was like at my parents' house. It was pretty funny. So he's always been real good to us. And here's Keith.
The winner.
Oh, and your wife was there too.
Yeah, she was taking pictures. A lot of the pictures are on Instagram.
She wasn't really on camera much. Though.
She wasn't, but I settled her with the task of taking like the Instagram photos.
Yeah, and they were good.
They were good. So,
It's not, it ultimately didn't really show up on camera, but it is worth repeating that Nina did go way out of her way to decorate everything yellow and blue,
yeah.
which is pretty awesome. Like
is.
like all of
the
the
blue streamers. It was a pretty cool setup.
like all the serving spoons and stuff are yellow and blue, and there were yellow and blue balloons at the mailbox and streamers, and it was pretty rad.
And there was the bounce house, which is a tradition for you, but I think only a few people used it ceremoniously, basically.
Is everybody getting too old and too fat for this thing? I mean, is that what's going on? Do I need to lose a lot of weight?
It was
in
pretty
a couple of years, you're gonna have kids, and they're gonna love it.
That's true.
That's true. Man, I forgot that we're not just sad adults anymore.
I know.
Finally.
We're gonna be sad parents.
Sad adults who trick or treat.
There was a joke a year ago on some BoxMac where we were like, we're just sad adults, but not really anymore. We're somewhat happier adults.
Some is. Some is.
Well, what? You
I'm
guys
still
are
a sad adult.
you guys are honorary family. You know?
Oh, sure. Uncle Junt.
Auntie Junt.
Auntie Junt.
Yeah, Keith was good. No, Keith, Zach was the winner. You'll recall. Keith's was nice and creamy though. Is that right?
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
Yeah. And I also I brought my ribs.
yeah,
Those
you
are
brought some
pressure
ribs.
the pressure cooker ribs. You can see a review of that pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Not here because this is on the
this is
Blu-ray,
the Blu-ray,
and
and you can't
that
have
content will not be on this
annotations.
Blu-ray.
Are you sure it is the
Your
roast?
wicked smart TVs can do that.
Time
My
lapse.
TV has like a web browser. It probably could do it.
We got to do more things like this. I love fast motion.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the cleanup in the Christmas special was one of my absolute favorites.
Why do you like it so much?
I don't know. It just really appeals to me.
Shows the passage of time.
Yeah.
Shows how much time we put into this show.
But very quickly in a non-boring way.
Oh, when are we gonna post the 360-degree BoxMac?
Oh, I was gonna review that camera, but then
Right.
I never did. I might just post like
The whole thing.
I might just post the whole thing and also post. We did like a little clip of us dancing. I might make like a 10-hour loop of that and just put it up
I
on.
can do that.
The people have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I borrowed a 360 camera and we filmed an episode of BoxMac while that was running, so you'll be able to put a phone on your head and look around while the BoxMac. I'll post it sometime. Maybe it's already posted by the time you get
You can
this.
like look at the phone on John's wall.
This was before your house was redone with new siding.
Right. This is with the old cedar shakes, and now we have vinyl,
Now you have the vinyls.
horizontal vinyl, which looks quite nice.
Yeah.
So how come you didn't you got rid of the charm of your house?
Well,
Oh, you just saw something.
No, I actually I don't care about vinyl, but there's people who have strong opinions about vinyl.
so we did a lot of research. Let's see if anyone cares about this. But we found that to replace the back of the house, which needed replacing because it was rotting, like a power washing wouldn't have done the trick.
A power washing would have taken off the shingles. Was the problem.
yes.
We couldn't clean it.
To do that would cost like a tremendous amount of money, like the amount to replace the whole thing with vinyl siding. or possibly even more. So then we looked into like, well, what if we kept cedar shakes on the sides of the house, and we just did, and like that was, it just wasn't that much more to do the. And then we looked into like there's the cedar shakes style vinyl, and that is like 60% more expensive than the regular vinyl. So we just said fuck it, and we did that.
Sure.
One thing that's cool about these specials is we get to use equipment that we don't always use.
Yeah.
Like a wireless receiver handheld microphone.
Yeah, that mic I bought for I don't know what.
Podcasting?
There was some purpose, like some specific thing I thought we might need it for.
Devil's Pocket?
No, it was much later. I think it was actually purchased for what was that? The last feature we did.
Having fun up there?
Having fun up there.
Oh,
yeah.
it's for like music recording maybe?
Yeah, and it never got needed. It was never needed for it. So
A rare appearance of EJ on camera.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of BoxMac episodes I'm in, but yes,
This camera was still rolling the whole time, so I was like, well, I can cut to that.
Yeah.
Can't I?
One thing, I do like making content with you guys just to buy a specialty thing for some reason instead of just no reason.
Well, that's why I like the specials.
yeah.
Because there's always an excuse to do something.
We did the Christmas special, and it was a lot of fun. But I was a little sad we didn't actually get to do a real traditional style script special.
A narrative. Well,
Because-
I think the fans preferred it the way it was.
I know.
yeah.
It got a pretty
honestly.
huge reception.
Yeah.
I
It
think-
was a good show. It was a good fan show, but it wasn't. It was a ton of work for you, an outrageous amount of work for you.
Yeah, I think people like to see the narrative stuff and they think it's fun, but I think they just like to see us shooting the shit and interacting,
Yeah.
which is fine. And there's the Crypt Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper.
I mean, if they want more Craft Keeper, Pirate Pizza Review is where he is. Like that's in the continuity. That's where he is right now.
Yeah.
People want more pirate pizza.
Maybe you should show up on Bag Trash.
Should we do?
Lurking behind the giant rock behind the.
Should we do Pirate Bag Trash Review? Yeah, that's an idea. Look at all that yellow and blue in the back.
What became of the top that the Craft Keeper is wearing? What happened to it?
Oh, the bikini?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's under his pirate costume. I think he's still wearing it.
All right.
We actually got another one. Nina's mom donated another skeleton to us. This was Emily, we explained it on the show, but Emily bought out a dollar store with all of those mac and cheese headphones. Headbutts.
And then they're... Oh yeah, so they're explaining here. So we're talking.
Yeah,
about
we're doing the episode in the commentary.
So back to my siding.
Yeah. Who's standing in the background holding up the
Keith.
Okay. Yeah, Keith. We did.
Well, that's
no.
not-
No,
Six.
it's Mac.
I think they switched. They swapped.
Our next big project is all plumbing related.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm curious.
Well, we need what do we need again?
A hot water tank.
Right, the hot water tank.
And you should rerun the pipes to your bathroom.
He just doesn't like that his poops don't flush.
No, I've never pooped in your house.
There's no bidet, so why would you?
Your sink is got real low water pressure, and it's because your pipes are old.
I
and
love
full
the
of corrosion.
autistic
Yeah,
way.
and it's a sink problem. That sink is old and cracked. It has a leak.
Yeah.
So that's getting replaced.
There is a an after credit sequence that we're gonna stay for.
Okay.
Oh, we are.
It was
So on the Blu-ray right now, they're watching that and they can't click on the thing.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, this thing.
The MREs.
The MREs.
Yeah.
I mean, in our quest for all things mac and cheese, it's a pretty fascinating thing that we got to try.
Yeah, it's not macaroni and cheese at all, but
Well, but it is. It's noodles and it's cheese sauce.
Yeah, and it's a mac and cheese custom within the military.
A cheese sauce packet mac.
all
Cheese
right.
sauce
look,
packet.
look, I'm just gonna defer to
It's
you
a
guys.
sachet. Mac.
It's a sachet mac. You seem to know a lot about these. You talk about the amount of acid that's in the packet.
Yeah. Certainly. Well, we didn't. I think they actually make a macaroni and cheese one that we didn't have.
Now, in our home repair, I think you can see the AC in the background. I think mini splits AC
Oh, it's so nice.
is the way. Is the way.
Let me tell you, it was big bucks, but
Well, not compared to Central Air. It's a third of the price of Central Air.
Yep, that's
and
right.
it's a lot more convenient to maintain, and I hope everybody's enjoying all the home repair talk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I want to know if you're gonna actually redo some of the plumbing in your house. I think you should go PEX rather than copper.
I rent. I don't have any.
Well, that's a hell of a price. Well, will you be buying a house?
At some point. What do you know what I do want to say? We're watching this on TV right now, and our stuff looks good. Like all these YouTube channels. I don't think people put as much effort into it as we do.
No.
And we do have very time-consuming full-time jobs. Like it's not at all like. Well, right now it's essentially just a second full-time job.
That pays nothing.
Yeah.
That pays nothing. I'll tell you a very quick story. I went to a tailor yesterday to get my pants hemmed because I have really short legs, like 27s.
Yeah.
And I ended up somehow talking about BoxMac, and this really eccentric Southwestport woman was talking about how she was gonna like go and binge watch all of them right away.
Yeah.
And she kept doing this thing where she kept going to communicate, to express excitement.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, Jesus Christ, macaroni and cheese.
Like, you got to tell me who your tailor is because I got to get some things tailored.
Trip tailoring. We're just down
Trip,
just down
up
the street.
road.
All right, so we'll see you there. Trip tailoring.
How much was it to get your pants hemmed?
I don't even know yet. I dropped them off. They'll have to. All right, bye.